lives.
Hi.
I'm going to mute you.
Hello. Are we on? Hey, everybody. How are you tonight? You guys know my friend Duffy McMahon.
And my friend Melinda Vail.
Duffy and I go back now, what, 20 years or something.
Yeah, plus.
I originally met Duffy because I was on her husband's show, Pat McMahon. For those of you who are not from Phoenix, you need to look up Patrick McMahon because he is a legend here in Phoenix because he was on this wonderful and very interesting children's show.
Yes, unique.
Called the Wallace and Ladmo Show. For many years, he played multiple characters, and he is beloved here. And he has a television show here, and he invited me to his show. And I was on with some Fruit Loopers and Wind Chimers, as I recall it. And I was a little bit uptight about it because you guys know, don't do Fruit Loops and Wind Chimes very much. But anyway, and so I before I went, I was meditating on my front porch, and I visualized Pat and Duffy coming to my house for Thanksgiving. Now, I never met Duffy, so I visualized Pat with somebody coming to my house for Thanksgiving dinner. And, you know, I wasn't raised here, but people who are raised here run to the McMahons and want to talk, get a Ladmo bag, the whole 9 yards. And so I really wasn't that,
stories.
you know, yeah, I was really not that familiar, but I thought, what am I getting that in my meditation for? Anyways, I went home from that interview and thought, yeah, it was okay. I don't think it was great. And then Pat's producer called me and said that, oh, Mr. McMahon really likes you and he wants you to be back. And I'll never forget this stuff because Pat looked at me very seriously. He said, now, what makes it that I can't do what you can do? And I said to him, well, you're a recovering Catholic, aren't you, Pat?
Well, he came home and told me he had met you. He said, you know, she is unlike any of the mediums that I have been around. And he says, I think you would love her. I watched you the first time on the television show and said, I want to meet you the next time.
And then you came down, and we found
out
out that we had lots of commonality. Duffy's in the healing arts, as well as being an amazing artist and sculpt. Well, you're still an amazing artist, even though you don't do it anymore. Okay. Right. Sculpting amazing things. Anyway, long story short, we started to be office mates. And so that's the story of me and Duff. And she's evolved since then. And now she does this and that and the other thing.
Started out doing a lot of neurofeedback and working with the brain and being able to help with that. And then went from there into, we both do hypnotherapy and regression. She sticks with this life pretty much. I go into past lives a little bit more. And but we have a lot of fun.
Anyways, we thought we would share with you why you see such camaraderie between us and just, you know, a couple of people who have spent a lot of time together, vacationing. And of course, by the way, they do come to my house for Thanksgiving. So
and we did that time.
Yeah. Anyway, we got 2 lines going. I don't have the number, Bill, to give the Zoom. Nobody gave it to me. So I just want you to know you can call 480-755-0222 and look back. I think that Jackie has put the Zoom number out. Bill will eventually give it to me here. And we'll make sure that you can join us and either Zoom in or call in. We'll answer your questions and do the best we can to get to as many people as we can. You know, we both work full-time jobs during the day, so we'll stay for as long as we can, we promise. So
she can answer medium questions and I can answer probably anything in regard to sex, sexuality, and your relationships.
So Bill's going to give me the Zoom number and I'm going to give that to you and have you then be able to Zoom in, and I'm going to take one of these calls, okay? Yep, Zoom number. He's slow, but he's my honey, and I love him. Okay, thank you, Billy.
We got a Zoom.
Go ahead, Duff.
749-075-812.
Very good. And the first question is somebody that I see that's asking about a past life on the Zoom. Bill, could we take that question for Duffy, please?
Yes.
Do you see it? I see it.
Yeah. I want to know about my past lives.
Should we join you?
Hi.
How are you, honey? Turn up your volume a little bit. We can't hear you. Can you hear us? Turn up your volume just a little bit on your computer. Bill, is there something with on our side not getting her volume?
Try here.
No, honey, she can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's you.
You got it, honey? Can you hear us?
Can you try this?
No.
Okay, wait a second. We're trying something else. You stay put. I'm going to answer a phone call, okay? Okay. Hi, this is Melinda and Duffy. How can we help you?
Hi, Melinda. This is Maria.
Hi, Maria. How are you, honey?
I'm doing well, thank you.
How can I help you tonight, Maria?
Well, I wanted to be part of the reading.
Okay. Are you looking to connect with somebody specific, sweetheart, or did you have a specific question?
Does it have to be a person?
No, baby, it doesn't have to be a person at all.
Okay. I do want to connect with the pet that just passed away.
Okay. Is it a dog or what's the pet, honey?
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Dog.
It's a dog. That's what I'm getting right here is dog. Okay. What's your dog's name, sweetheart?
Tori.
You know, first and foremost, Maria, I want to tell you that once a month I do have a pet psychic on with me, and her name is Terry Wallace. And if you look back at some of my shows, she's very good to give you a better and more connected reading about Tori. But I want you to know that I'm a dog person. I have 6, and one of them is extremely important to me. She's my therapy dog, and Tori has a consciousness factor of about a 2-year-old. So that Tori didn't quite realize that Tori was a dog.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And and what I'm getting is that you feel Tori around you all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, but can you tell me who Joe or Joseph is, or Joanne, or Jody, or Joe? And can you tell me who the man is that had something with his heart or his lungs or something with his chest area on the other side, sweetheart?
It could have been Warren, maybe.
Juan as Juan?
Warren, Warren.
Warren, thank you, darling. And who is Warren to you, sweetheart?
He was my stepdad, and he was Tori's owner.
Because that's who I'm seeing with the dog is a man that had something with their heart, their lungs, or their chest area. So I think Tori is with Warren now, or has that Warren takes care of Tori on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maria, honey, I feel like that you are looping in and out of depression some.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just because of Tori. I think there are other kinds of issues around it as well. And it feels to me, honey, like there's some work on empowerment that you need to do. Your self-esteem feels to me like it's not where it needs to be. And yet I feel that you are such an awesome person. You've got such a wonderful soul, and that you have a lot to give to people, but you close yourself down. And that's one of the reasons Tori was so important to you, is because that was where you could stay open, was with the dog.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you? And there's something with a small white dog, but I don't think that's Tori. Can you tell me if you have another dog, or what the small white dog is, please?
Yes, I do. Her name is Lola.
Okay. And so that's the other dog then, right?
I had a total of 6 dogs.
Oh, you're like me, aren't you, girl?
I have tons of, and those are my babies. And,
Okay.
And you're right, I do close myself to people, and I take care of my babies. And when she passed away, I just want to know if she forgives me, because I feel very, very guilty for her passing away.
No, she's not in any way, shape, or form upset about being on the other side. But she is showing me Lola for some reason. So Lola, you still have, correct?
Yes.
Because I think it's honestly Lola that will see Tori more than the other dogs, because I see the small white dog that will see the other dogs more when Tori comes into the house. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Did Tori pass right after Warren?
Tori passed just last month, and Warren passed in 2012.
Okay, so she passed afterwards. Okay.
As Warren was right there at the edge of the Rainbow Bridge, honey, okay? All right, okay, so, and then, honey, there's one last thing. Did you do something special with the collar?
We cremated her, and we put her name on her tag on her little box.
On her box, with, like the thing that was on her collar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but who wears the pink collar?
Probably Lola has one.
Okay, boy, she's really into Lola. I'm telling you that. I don't know. You know, some of my dogs are more aligned with each other than others, if you know what I mean. And so for some reason, she's really into Lola. And again, I have to say to you, I'm getting the name Joe, Joseph, Joanne, Jody, or Joel. So I want you to, you know, think about what I'm getting there for what it means, okay? And did somebody have a traffic ticket recently or something with a ticket?
Maybe my mom.
Okay, all right, so there's something with a traffic ticket, okay, honey, but Tori is on guard for you always, and the other dogs feel great, although I see somebody that's having something with their hind quarters, so I don't know, is somebody's hips bothering them? You got one with hip dysplasia or something?
It could have been her because she had some really bad days.
Okay, all right.
She was older. But thank you so much. And I did have another question. Why is it important for us to know about past lives?
Okay, so you want to talk to Duffy about past lives?
Why is it important to know more about it?
Okay, it's really a help to you in this life. We all have the karma that we bring back, most of us.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of issues that we carry forth in this life that were problematic from other lives. So there are people that carry pain over, there are people that carry hate over, there are people that carry things such as their weight. They have been, let's just say, take somebody that is very, very overweight. There are many times you find out that they can't lose weight because in a previous life, they either said they're going to maintain, all this weight is with them, they can't let it go, or that they were in a concentration camp and starved, all of these different things. So that's why there are traits that you will find out that you bring forward in your lives, along with people, by the way. So you may reincarnate with other people that you have known in other lifetimes because you have an interaction with them, or that they've made an agreement that they're going to come by to give you some sort of a message to help you out.
And animals never incarnate into humans, and humans never incarnate into animals. Okay, honey?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see if we can get Dolly back on here, please. Again, if you share this video out, you'll have a chance to win a free video or a free reading with me for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And we can get a lot, we can get a lot done in 30 minutes because you can see we get a lot done in 10 or 15 minutes.
Hi.
And the number here to call is 480-755.
Okay, it works. Does it work?
All right, honey, you had a question about past lives.
Yes. Last time you told me it was like bad for my karmic energy to go to Vegas. So I want to know why.
Okay, so let me put it to you as delicately as possible.
I'm not going, by the way.
Good.
The reason why, honey, is because in your vibrational frequency, remember the law of attraction is an absolute law. And in your vibrational frequency, you attract dysfunctional people.
Mm-hmm.
And in Las Vegas's vibrational frequency, Las Vegas attracts dysfunctional people. The two of you together would not be a good mix. That's why I told you that. Okay.
Okay.
And with past lives, a lot of the people can run into, whether it was a long time involvement or a very short time involvement, but sometimes you will run into the people that trigger you.
Yeah. Okay. And then, go ahead. Sorry.
You have a past life that was Far Eastern, Japanese.
Oh, really? I always feel Asian. I love Asians.
That's why you always love
me
Asian.
too.
Okay.
Really?
That would
Yeah.
be why, because you have had a past life there.
What
And
does that mean?
it just means that you've been incarnated there before and it was a good life for you. So you're drawn to it now. We
Oh.
take a spin on the reincarnation wheel and we're all things.
Mhm.
We are victim and victimizer.
Mhm.
We are male, we are female. We are straight, we are gay. We
We
are
are
black,
every
we are
color.
white. We are
Mhm.
far eastern. We are from every walk of life. We are
And-
poor, we are rich.
And there are
we
some
do
that
it all.
that are from other planets.
We
What do
it
you think I am? Do you think I'm straight or gay? Everybody says I'm gay, but I think I'm straight.
Well,
I think you're
really
straight, honey.
I think
okay?
that you're the only one that knows. Actually, I would probably say you're more bisexual.
But you know who?
Okay, I can do that.
I think you're more sexually fluid.
But really, who cares? Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you find somebody that you can love, who cares?
Right.
Yeah. So, and then also, Melinda, so I just had a question about my friend Khalil. You connected with him, and like recently I just found out that I don't know if his death was accidental.
That was accidental.
Yeah, I want to just like confirm. I don't know.
Well, I should have read everything that I wrote
Okay.
before we got started, but I'm
Mhm.
distracted by the phone buzzing the way it is. But
Mhm.
did you think that somebody had heard him? Is that what it was in the past that you thought?
No. I think that
He's a suicide one. There's 3 people around you, 2 suicides and a murder. Can you tell
there's
me?
a murder.
Okay. All right. So I'm getting 2 suicides and a murder. So is his the suicide?
Mm-hmm. He's a suicide.
And he accidentally killed himself. Is that what you're saying?
I'm wondering. I think
I
so.
think that the phone is ringing, Bill. I think honestly that he lived on the edge, honey, always. And so it doesn't matter because I think he was headed in that direction at one point or another. But did he say, this is the day I'm going to take my life? It doesn't feel like he said that exactly, but I think he always lived on the edge. Okay.
Okay. And then with the murder, that's my friend Mackie, I believe.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
It sounds like that's an energy that is also trying to work out some karma and says to you to tell a group of people that they're fine and doing fine on the other side. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, honey. Thank you for zooming in. Okay. Have
All right.
a good night, honey.
You too.
So, you know, I meditate before we get started, and the things that I got in my meditation were, believe it or not, a Giovanni,
Giovanni, yes.
a Nadine,
Mhm.
a Sharon or a Cheryl, a Heather, a Noreen or a Maureen, something from Australia, a Rita, a Sean, a heroin addict, Gertrude or Trudy, a Walter, somebody that had an electrocution, accidental electrocution, a Natalie or a Nathan, a Ben, a Neil, a Marguerite, somebody last name of Clark, and an Amos. So I just want to put that out there because sometimes we get messages for people that don't get a chance to get in. So just wanted to put that out there. Okay. All right, Bill, let's pull somebody up on Zoom, please.
Okay. Just do something nice and random here, okay? Yeah, Pamela Murphy.
Hi, Pamela. Hi, honey. How are you? Unblock your sound, sweetheart. There you go. You're almost got it. You almost got it, Pamela. Unblock your so we can hear you. We can't hear you, sweetheart. Unblock your video so we can hear you. Can you hear us, honey? Okay, can you hear us? Seems that we're having some trouble with some sounds tonight. Okay.
Boy.
There you are. Oh,
Just as I pull her off. Okay, I'll get it back in just 1 second.
hi, this is Melinda and Duffy. How can we help you?
Hi, this is Jill. How are you guys today?
Good, Jill. How are you, honey?
I'm good, thank you.
What's your birth date, Jill?
My birthday is November 14th, 1963.
1963.
Mhm.
19, 20, 25, 26. Oh, that's interesting. Let me do that again, Jill. I'm getting that you're a soul number 8, but you don't feel it. And I might have done my math wrong. 10, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, you're a 26-8. I think that you lean more on your 6 than you do your 8. 8 people are dry and left-brained, and I feel like you're not. I feel like you're creative and a lot of fun to be with, Jill.
You are so right.
And so I think that you're actually leaning more into your 6 than you are with your 8. I think you can use your left brain when you need to, but I think most of the time you're just a blast.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, no, I think you're just always fun, sweetheart. It feels like you're always fun to me, okay? And it feels like you take hard things and work through them by turning them into things that you're learning from. It feels like you have that ability to do that like an old soul would.
Right.
And can you tell me who it was around you, honey, that had an alcohol issue?
Lisa.
Okay. And who is Lisa to you, baby?
She was a friend of mine.
Okay. She's over, correct?
Yes.
And I guess you've thought about her over time because she's telling me to give you a message to say that she's grateful and thankful for some of the help that you gave her.
That's good to hear. Yeah.
I think you really tried, Joe.
I did. Yeah.
And I think that Lisa was on self-destruct mode for quite a long time.
This is true. This is
Okay.
true.
Do you know what the number 6 means around it, honey?
No.
Is there something with 6 months, 6 years, the 6th month, June? Do you know what that means, darling?
Not really. No, not off the top of my head.
Okay, think about that because I'm getting that number with her. Okay, and
Okay.
Jill, who is Jackie, Jacqueline?
Maybe Jocelyn.
Who's Jocelyn? Thank you.
She was a friend, more acquaintance friend.
Was she somebody around Lisa and you?
No. No.
I don't think so. I think it's something that Lisa is saying to me.
Okay.
So I'm just going to leave that for you. Okay. All right. And I know I jumped in without you asking a question, but I think it's a Jack or a Jackie or a Jacqueline. And it's coming from Lisa's side of things. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good to know.
Do you know why I'm getting a brother?
I had a half brother I've never met.
Oh, was it a big surprise to you?
I mean, I found out about him, gosh, probably when I was 12 or 13, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting because I feel like that was maybe a trauma for you a little bit.
It was probably a surprise, I guess, to find out at that time.
Okay. What's his name?
Barry.
And there's non-consequential, I guess, energy around him now, correct?
Yeah, I never met him.
Mhm.
He died in a car accident.
Ah, okay. Well, I think that because I did get somebody with an accident that maybe even though he wasn't consequential to your life, that there's still some energy coming from it because I think that there was trauma for both of you with some things parentally.
Huh, okay.
Okay. And what was your question for me, sweetheart?
Oh, well, I'm tired of being single.
Uh-oh. Well, there's 2 relationships in your background that feel to me like they were difficult for you.
Yes, which you've actually mentioned last year. Yes.
Oh, did we meet before, baby?
Yeah, on the phone last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so those 2 men that are in your past, have you been working on it?
Yeah, just letting that go and trying to, move forward.
Okay. So give me the names of the 2 relationships so I can look at the pattern.
Okay, so one was Larry.
Yep.
Let's see, well, there's been many.
to me, honey, like these were more significant than others, more connected
Right.
than others. So did you live with somebody?
Yes, I lived with one named Steve.
Okay. And so it feels like it's an almost married to me. Did you almost marry Steve?
No, we talked about it, but it didn't happen.
Okay. All right. But I mean, you lived with him and you talked about it.
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah.
Okay.
How
All right.
long did you live together?
Really just a few months. Maybe 4, 5, 6 months.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And do you know who Michael is, honey?
I do know Michael, yes.
How do you know Michael?
There was a Michael I dated, kind of.
What was that between last year and this?
Now several years ago.
Okay. All right. Tapping into Larry, tapping into Michael, tapping into Steven makes me feel like you dummied down in relationships.
Yeah, probably have, yes.
Okay.
Subtle, yes.
That's exactly what I mean, smart girl. So I think that's what I want you to look at self-esteem wise, is why you settle in certain ways, because you feel very bright and you feel very pretty and you feel very, successful. There's a lot of real positive energy in your vibration. And it could that I might have been picking up on your brother a little bit, because that's still part of the answer as we look at that karmic profile of yours and the energy that comes up through you and your chakras, where some trauma came, even though you say it's a surprise. Because one of the things that I do is look at things that are hidden in the subconscious mind that cause relationship issues. Okay. So I'm just going to say to you that I feel like there's a little bit of work to be done, but somebody's coming to you. But of course, you got to work at it, darling.
Okay.
So it doesn't feel like you're actually putting yourself out there.
What were the commonalities between Michael and Larry and Steve?
Oh, gosh. Not so much Steve, but the other two, confident. I like confident men.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't feel confident to me energetically, honey. They feel overcompensating to me.
Initially, yes.
It feels like they were, it feels like they were just overcompensating.
Yeah, and controlling.
I don't like controlling, but I like confident.
Okay. Yeah, they feel like they were overcompensating. So I think one of your first clues is to watch for a man that's overly confident without being quiet about it. Because an insecure man will brag about who he is all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That I've learned.
Okay?
And everything will be about him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a James. Do you know who James is, Jim?
James, yes.
Who's that, please?
James is my oldest son.
Okay. And who's James's father, please?
Lee.
Have you been married?
Jill, you are such a lovely, lovely lady, and I don't like Lee either.
We get along fine. He's an okay guy.
I don't like him either. I'm not that I don't like Lee as a person. I just don't think Lee was ever the quite right person for you. I still think you settled even with Lee.
I did, yeah.
And so it's not that I don't like Lee as a person. I just don't like the energy between you. And I think that there's still got to be some movement. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know who, I'm not sure how I'm getting this. Trey, Travis, Troy.
What's that? You break it up, honey.
A Trey, a Travis, a Troy, something like that. Trey,
Yeah,
Travis.
how about a Rory?
Who's Rory, please?
Someone I met online, but not in person, that
Okay.
I liked a lot.
Okay. And what happened with him?
I guess the hour distance between us, he didn't want to, he thought it was too far.
Okay. And who's the fireman?
Fireman? I don't know a fireman.
Yay. Okay. I'm seeing, yay. I'm seeing a fireman or somebody that works in the, on a EMT or somebody like that in your vibrational frequency.
Rory was a police officer.
I'm thinking about it. Wait a minute. I know you can't see me, but I'm thinking about it to see if I just got the wrong uniform. So hold on for a second.
Okay.
Because I got buzzing in this office that's driving me crazy tonight, and I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Hold on. No, I think it's a fireman. I honestly
Okay.
think it's just a coincidence that Rory was a policeman and I'm seeing a fireman. I actually feel, because I'm seeing an ambulance. I looked at it again.
Okay.
All right.
Jill, are you looking for a relationship? Do you want a relationship?
Oh, I certainly do. Yes, very much so.
Okay. How old is your son?
My oldest is 27,
Okay. And your youngest?
17.
17. Okay. So, all right. So you're looking for somebody in your life. Do you know what you really want?
I do, actually. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Have you run into it yet?
Maybe bits and pieces here and there if I could put them all together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
It's really difficult for a strong-minded woman who's smart and has everything going on to attract somebody that's secure enough. And I know women give each other that as an excuse often. And they say that the guy is just afraid of them. But trust me, men are not afraid when they want somebody. So it's just kind of a bullshit thing. I think you should, kind of put your list down and write things out for yourself. And keep working on manifestation, keep on the internet, okay, honey?
And really try not to appease them. Try to really be yourself, okay, as opposed to being what you think that they want.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal. Okay, and I have one more question. My dad went up to the other side a little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
His name, please, honey.
Albert, but he went by Bud.
Hold on, let me see what I can do to grab that energy for you, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the first thing that comes to me when I tap into Bud is that he was grateful to leave the planet. Was he sick before he died?
Yeah, he was ready to go.
So when he left, he felt like this intense relief. It just flooded over him, and he's been grateful ever since. Does he whistle?
He could. Oh yeah, he could whistle very loud.
Because he's whistling at me right now because he's teasing me because I'm having all kinds of noises. There's kids running in my center and my phone is beeping and I'm trying to focus. So he whistled so I could hear him. I think that was adorable on his part. What a sweetheart he is. Okay. Like that was really cute of him. Okay.
Right.
And he also wants, it's not in his energy field that the reason why the relationships aren't working out. Oftentimes we can look at one parent or the other, but it's not about Bud. Bud is a good man,
Yes.
Do you know who the bowler was or who liked to bowl?
Well, my dad used to bowl.
Okay, because he's showing me bowling and apparently he's enjoying going back to some of the things he used to like when he was healthy and he was young. You know what I'm saying?
Good. That's really good.
Yeah. And do you know who the hunter is or who hunted or collected guns? Was it his?
Yeah.
Was it his dad?
I don't know. I never knew his dad.
Okay. All right. There's somebody that either hunted. No, it's actually birds. Like hunting birds or pheasants or birds or something.
I had no idea.
Okay, so I may have somebody else talking to me that, because a lot of times when the door opens, another person will start talking so that people that are looking at us can get messages from both people. Let me try to get back to Bud. Hold on.
Okay.
Do you know who has a color for a last name like green or brown?
Gosh, no, I can't think of anybody that I would know right now.
Okay. I think he's trying to let you know something for your future. There's I believe the last name is Green. Okay, honey?
Okay.
And so I want you to let us know if you meet a fireman with the last name of Green that your father is predicting for you tonight.
Okay.
And I want you to know that he is really, really more than delighted to be on the other side. Like he's one of those happy guys on the other side that he's really feels great about being there. And I know it's hard on you, but he's glad to be there. Okay. He's saying something about a stone.
About what?
A stone.
Something about a stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know.
Is he buried? Do you have a headstone for him instead of cremated?
He was cremated.
Okay, because he gave me two things. He gave me ash and he gave me stone. So is there something where the ashes are that has stones around it, or something with stones around his ashes, or are you finding something with rocks or stones, honey?
I know I haven't been finding anything like that.
Okay, all right. He's saying something about us, and I know it's Bud. It's not the other thing that's showing me somebody shooting pheasants. I know it's Bud that's saying something about stones or rocks. And so I don't know if you're going to find something that he's giving you that's a stone or something that's important with that. Okay.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes open.
Okay, honey. And Jill,
Yeah.
I know you're going to have somebody coming into your life. I know you are.
Okay, well, they better hurry up.
Well, yeah.
Are you on a time limit?
I was just going to say, yeah, because you're so old, Jill.
Yeah.
Honey, there's somebody coming into your life. It's going to be okay. Just keep working at it a little bit, okay?
All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
And just be you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's get somebody up here on Zoom.
Australia?
I picked up on Australia here when
Yeah,
I first got this. And also, would you mind getting up and telling our employees to keep their children quiet and to shut that door?
Oh, can you get
Yes,
this
Pat,
going
would you
first?
mind doing that, please?
Okay.
It's a cluster in here.
We have a group there, yeah.
We got all kinds of noise happening, children screaming, phones buzzing, crazy stuff happening. And we're trying to focus on giving you readings and advice and romantic advice. And we've got all kinds of things happening here. So again, in my meditation, I got Giovanni, Noreen or Maureen, a Nadine, a Sharon, a Heather.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sorry about that.
That's okay. I love your accent. Do you know I picked up on Australia in my meditation? Are you from Australia?
I am.
I would love to see you. Are you able to let us see the video, darling?
Maybe will it work now? Yay!
Are you doing it? Yay! What time is it in Australia?
It's 1 p.m. on
Wow.
Friday.
Okay. Well, happy Friday to you.
Thanks.
That's right, Friday.
Yes. How can I help you tonight? How can we help you tonight?
Okay. I just well, I wanted to ask a question about my daughter's ex-boyfriend's mother. He was accused of killing her last year, and I kind of want to know why. Like I feel in my heart of hearts that it wasn't. I don't know. Just I couldn't see this boy doing it, and it's just what he was accused of is quite horrific. Like it's really bad.
Okay. So I think in truth, it may have been you that I was picking up on with the murder that I was picking up on earlier.
Okay.
Give me his name, please, sweetheart.
Rory is his name. Rory.
Category.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I know that when I was on the phone with the other person that I was getting some interference for you, sweetheart. So when you go back and look at the video, you'll see some of that. So the question is, did he kill his mother, right?
Was it?
And all of the things he's accused of, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm seeing something pretty horrific and something pretty intense. Is that what he's accused of?
Yeah.
Like a rageful person killing another, yes?
Yeah.
And I'm also seeing something with someone that had a drug or an alcohol issue. Did he or?
Well, I don't know. Like, I never saw him on drugs, but he has an older brother. His mother was a drinker.
Okay, so it's the mother that I'm getting. That's the alcoholic. Bear with me, honey, while I tap into this because I want to make sure I'm getting the right answer for you. Can you tell me who does something with drums or it works with drums in some form or fashion?
Maybe his brother. Well, they're Indigenous, so they play Indigenous drums. They're Aboriginal. So.
Okay, so that's why I'm getting that. Okay, because I'm also hearing a
Didgeridoo
sound. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, but I was going to ask you for both. So they're indigenous then. Okay,
Yes.
so that's why I'm getting drums. So good, I'm moving into it. So let me keep working on it. I still can't see your beautiful face, but as long as you hear your voice, we're good.
Can you see me now? No, is that
Not
okay?
yet. Can you pronounce your name for me?
Coolies.
Police. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Coolies. Thanks.
Okay, I think we're going to get you, darling. Here we go. Maybe we're coming up with you. Okay. Do you know?
Yeah.
Hi, honey. Okay.
Hello.
How are you? Happy Friday to you. Thank you for calling in. I'm very sorry that your daughter had to deal with this. Okay.
Doesn't know all the details. That's yeah. I haven't told her all the details that happened. She doesn't know much.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say to you that because I got the alcohol, because I got the drums and the zuzu, whatever that is, that I'm in the energy field appropriately. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to say, yes, I think he did it.
Wow. Crazy.
And that's exactly what I was going to say to you. It feels like a rageful, crazy, intense situation. But there's something about his age of 14.
14.
So I don't know if something happened when he was younger that caused.
Oh, well, he started dating my daughter around that time.
Oh, they started dating your daughter. Okay.
Yeah, they dated for 3 years.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. I'm in the energy field. By the way, you're a healer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I would love to reach out and touch you because your soul is flipping amazing. And I almost said a New York word, but I didn't want to be rude to somebody from Australia. So let me just say to you that you are a grand and glorious healer, my dear. And so namaste to you. I believe that your daughter's friend had a molestation of some kind in his past. And inside his molestation, I do not believe it was his mother that molested him, but I believe inside the molestation, there was a lot of blame that no one protected and took care of him the way that he was supposed to be taken care of, nurtured, and loved. And something triggered him out. And I don't know if he bludgeoned her and beat her up or stabbed her, but I'm seeing a lot of blood or both.
Yeah, he beat her, he strangled her, and then put her in the bath to drown.
Okay. All right. Well, where's the blood coming from?
Beating her, probably her head, where
okay.
he's put her head around.
Okay. I wear hearing aids and I love your accent, but I can't hear a damn thing unless Duffy's here to tell me what the hell I'm hearing. So
yeah,
that's good.
Her head was all cut open.
Okay, so that's good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he did, baby. I'm sorry.
It's a shame.
Okay. He is being prosecuted now, yes?
Yeah.
And going to jail?
Well, it's mental health, obviously, so he's going to be through the system that way. It's just I never saw this boy like that. He stayed at my home. He was a gentleman to my daughter. A
quick rage most people that have a quick rage, they may not always show anger to anybody else.
Yeah.
What's his?
He also supposedly done some other things to his mother as well that I just can't comprehend. I just can't fathom them.
I honestly think that he has some sociopathy, sweetheart. And so, sociopaths can appear very charming and can be very loving to one.
I kind of believe he also might have had alcohol fetal syndrome because his mother did drink.
I agree because I got the alcohol right away.
Pregnant.
You said he was
the mother was a well-known artist and writer, so the police found journals and things, and she obviously blamed herself for the way he was, and the police said to me that she let him do things to her so he wouldn't hurt other people, but no one told us anything. We didn't see the signs. We didn't Like it was just, it's really crazy. It's just crazy.
There's
Yeah.
kind of a weird, and don't misunderstand me when I say this,
Yeah.
but
No,
some kind of a weird incestual energy to it.
Yes, correct.
Okay, babe?
And that's what they said it to me, and I just sort of freaked out. I was like, no.
It's got a weird ancestral energy. What is his name, please?
Rory. Rory is his name.
Okay.
Rory.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he's mentally, obviously you have to be mentally ill. I mean, you don't have to be a psychic to say he's mentally ill, but I believe there was a buildup of so many things that created it. And there's lots of people who are abused by their parents, who are molested and harmed, that don't kill their parents. And so there was all
I've been yeah. I just, I don't know. I love the boy. I thought he was a beautiful boy. I still love him. Like, I just want to think of the good things about him. Like,
of course,
you know, it's sad that, you know, his life is ruined. He's taken another life, and it's just, yeah. And what hurts the most is he rang us up that morning, my daughter, and was telling her, and then, like, he was, like, I guess, lying to us. Like, he was trying to say that because I kept in my mind thinking he might have tried saving her. Because he's a big boy. He's quite large. He's 6 foot plus. His mother was quite petite like me, and I thought she's drunk, fallen over, cut her, I don't know, tried to resuscitate her, but it was none of that. And then when they told me that they found all this evidence that he'd done this, it was just outrageous.
Yeah, I'm very,
it broke me. It's kind of broke me. It's like, I don't want to tell her all the dirty details because I don't want her to have that complex of boyfriends or, you know, finding another, you know, like, it's hard. It's been very hard.
You know, honey, when I was talking to the person as you were trying to come on, I got something about stones. Can you tell me if you collect stones or do something with stones or
crystals? Yeah, crystals, yes.
So this energy was trying to come through when I was on the phone with Jill. So Jill, if you're watching, I'm sorry that your dad got some interference, but I think that's okay. It happens when we're on because there's a lot of spirits that want to talk, and it's okay. People understand when they're watching. What is your daughter's name, please?
Soraya.
Soraya?
Yes, yeah, Soraya.
Soraya.
Okay.
Soraya. Yeah, Soraya. Yeah.
Spell it for me.
Soraya. Soraya.
Yeah. Okay. So, honey, when I was getting in my meditation, I got Australia, not knowing that I'd get a call from Australia. I wrote Sarah. I'm sure that's your daughter. Okay. Yeah. Here I wrote murder. So I'm getting all this talk from the other side for you to let you know that, yes, it's true. And Soraya needs to make some movement for herself. It wouldn't hurt her to have a little counseling about it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've actually got her into see someone now. She was quite erratic. She's a lot calmer. She doesn't know the full story, so she just sort of, it's all up in arms. She has no clue, you know what I mean? So I think feels.
Is she trying to be protective of him?
Pardon?
Is she trying to be protective of him?
No. I'm being more protective of her from him. Yeah, like I haven't told her all the I've just let her know that he's unwell, and where he is, he's getting the right help he needs. Like, I don't want her to have that tarnished boyfriend, you know, like first boyfriend, and he turns out to be a killer. It's just like, wow.
That could be tough.
To me, that has nothing to do with, you know, I believe in vibrational frequency and that we attract from what we vibrate. But this is strictly karmic. It comes from something in a past life. It has nothing to do with who she is, okay? All right, honey?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, thank you. Can I ask one more question, if possible, please?
Absolutely.
My dog, Princess, she passed away last year. And I just want to, I feel a bit guilty. I've got a neighbour from hell. And when she was quite ill, I wanted to take her to get euthanized, but my neighbour slashed my tyres and I couldn't get my dog there. And I just want to know, does she not hate me, but like, I feel bad that I couldn't get her there. I couldn't euthanize her, but I don't know, I was there.
Can I just tell you that if I was there and I was a dog, I'd bite your neighbors myself. But other than that, remember that all dogs go to heaven truly, and they all appreciate honestly appreciate when we send them over. It's too bad that we don't have that kind of compassion for human beings when they are so hanging on by a thread. And I want you to know that I'm sorry about your neighbor, that somebody has to be that deplorable. Unfortunately, I thought, that stuff is ridiculous. But your dog is fine. And was she a bigger dog?
She was 10 kilos. I guess, yeah. She was a medium size, I guess, Pomeranian, like fluffy thing.
Okay, all right.
Awesome.
And are you getting another dog?
I have 4 dogs already. I had 5.
I see another.
I seem to rescue dogs. I take them in.
Yeah. Which one is a shepherd of some kind?
Not a shepherd. Shih Tzu? Cross poodle?
No, I'm seeing like a shepherd mix of some kind. Either.
Oh, that might have been Stretch. He passed away.
Okay, so that's where your dog that you asked me about was taken by Stretch. They're together. Okay, honey.
That was my childhood dog. That's cool.
All right. Well, then your dog just barked for us. Okay. All right. Okay.
And thank you very much. I really appreciate
Remember,
that.
the dog is God spelled backwards, and all dogs love.
Yeah. So thank you for zooming in with us tonight. Very nice to meet you. You're a healer. Bye.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, this is Melinda. How can I help you?
Hi, Melinda. Harry.
Hi, and what's your first name, honey?
My name is Harry. I got tickets a couple of months ago.
Oh, how are you tonight?
I'm
phone is
good,
ringing, Bill.
and I'm so excited to talk to you because so much has been going on, and some guidance, but also I've lost somebody that's been really close to me most recently. So I was interested if you can connect or if there's anyone coming through.
Okay. First and foremost, can you tell me who Richard is, sweetheart, or Dick?
So you brought this up to me last time, and I didn't know who it was. And then I remembered that I was having a conversation with my father before I got on with you about my past friend, Richard, who once saw our psychic, who told him about his wife that he would marry, and it came true. So I said, you know what? I know Melinda's the real deal, and I remember what happened to Richard. And then you brought that up, and I said, I don't know who you talked about. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. Okay, well, isn't that so cool that we would get that again just so you could tell that story? Okay.
It's a confirmation, I think. It's like the other side saying, listen to Melinda. It's the real deal.
Yeah, you just got confirmation. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So, honey, first of all, I'm going to connect to the other side, but you said you had another question. Let me answer that first while I'm kind of getting to the other side for a minute, okay?
Sure. I don't know if you can answer this because it's medical, but I'm having a surgery. It's a unique situation that I'm in, and it's taking place in May. And it's a difficult surgery because it's going to be on my jaw. And I'm really worried about it because I'm a mental health therapist and I use my jaw for a living. I got to talk. And so I'm just worried how well that's going to go.
Okay, well, I don't blame you for asking. I would be upset with it too since I talk for a living. But the first thing I get is that it's necessary, right?
Yeah.
And with it being necessary and the fact that once you recover from it, it's going to be like 1,000 times better for you. So I feel good about it, actually.
Yeah, it's a unique situation. I've had full body inflammation for a long time, and we found out that I have a bone graft there that my body's been rejecting. I'm allergic to, and it's actually my mouth has been partially locked for 5 years.
Ooh. I'm sorry. We can
figure it out. So we're gonna have this done. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to get it out. And there's like some other stuff that's in there that they're gonna get out. So
Well, that's awesome. So that they found it, because I think it could have gotten into a far greater, worse, and awfuler situation, so to speak. Yeah. So the surgeon feels very competent to me. It feels like there will obviously be some recovery time, but it also feels like in lots of ways it saves a lot of things for you, okay? But I also feel that there's something with your stomach, something with your tummy. Have you had any problems with your tummy?
Yes, and so I treat like holistically and like integratively, and we found that I had like some imbalance, just, you know, so I've been working on that and it's been improving, but digestion has been a big issue, especially since all of this has been going on with my body. My body's just been really out of whack. And you said something to me last time too, that was definitely true. You said you sensed that my hormones were imbalanced, and they were.
Okay.
And I'm advocating to get that, you know, squared away right now.
Good. Okay. All right. And who is Chris or Christy or Christopher or Kristen?
Chris, oh gosh. I have a friend named Christina. I can't think of Chris, huh?
Okay, and
all I can think of is Christina.
She's a close friend of yours, sweetheart?
Yes, we lived together when we were at college.
That's why I got Chris, Kristen, Christopher, Christine. Okay. And what's the name of the surgeon?
His name is Dr. Migas.
Do you happen to know his first name, honey?
John.
Okay. John vibrates out very, very, very well.
Okay.
All right. So, you know, when I get him by name, I got it first without his name, but even when I get him in, you know, by name, it feels to me like he's going to know what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah, he just always seems very calm and very confident. So I'm hoping.
Yeah. How old are you, Tara?
I'm 33. I just turned 33 in February.
That's a good number. 6. What's your birth date? To what?
My birthday's February 6th.
Okay. So you've got really good numbers. Everything in your vibration feels really, really good. There's got to be a reason why you're not speaking your words, though.
Yeah, a lot of trauma from my past, though.
Yeah, especially around 8, 9, 10, 11.
8, 9, 10, 11?
Yeah, like from 3rd grade up to about 11.
Oh, okay.
And then back into your teenage years too. There's a lot of ins and outs of energy around your parents.
Yeah, definitely around my parents, particularly my father, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely in that.
Was he kind of overbearing to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the jaw and area. And so it's talk about not being able to say what you need to say.
Oh yeah, extremely abusive. It's still an issue today. You know, I live with him now, so.
What's his name, honey?
His name's Alfred.
Alfred wasn't raised well himself.
No, he was raised without his father.
So it's kind of generational patterns is what I'm getting, honey. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All right, 2 things. Who had cancer?
My dad's brother had lung cancer.
Okay. And when did he cross over?
I think it was 2013, around there, yeah.
And what's his name?
His name, it's a Portuguese name, but we called him Phil. I'm first generation American, so his name's for Maine, but we called him Phil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phil with a PH, Phil?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were close to him, yeah.
Okay. He wants you to know that he's still in your energy field, okay? Because he actually is trying to help in certain ways with your dad.
Oh my gosh, yes. I visited him a lot at the hospital, and I was really sad when he went. He was probably the only uncle I ever really truly connected with. So it wouldn't surprise me. It feels good to know that he's around.
Yeah. Do you know who was in their background that did some kind of, they had a ranch or did a shepherd or did something like that?
What did you say?
Like a shepherd or a ranch.
Oh,
They had sheep or...
No, that
it's in their generations.
in their generation. That I don't know. So mom grew up with like animals in her backyard. You know, they have like a little mini farm of some sort. But
No, I think I'm way back in your dad's and your uncle's generations. You'll have to ask your dad if somebody did some shepherding in Portugal.
see, that I would have to ask my dad. Dad's side of the family, there's certain things like he doesn't even really know just because of his father who took off. And so I don't know if one of my uncles did that back in the day.
Okay.
I'm going to have to ask him.
Yeah, then you'll have to let us know. It'll be like that Richard thing, okay?
Yeah, it'll be exactly like that.
And
I'll call you if you want.
yeah, and who had the accident, sweetheart?
Like a car accident?
Yes, ma'am.
I had a car accident in October.
Okay.
I hydroplaned, but I was fine.
I want you to know that your uncle was there helping you in that accident. He's mentioning the accident to me.
Yeah, because I was 2 hours away from home, and my mom's really sick as well. She was in the car, and I just remember just saying to God, like, as we're hydroplaning, that whatever is meant to be, just, you know, let it be, because at that point I didn't know what was going to happen. I just had to let it go, and we didn't even come out with a scratch. It was crazy.
Well, I want you to know that Phil says that he was instrumental in keeping that together for you, okay?
That is so amazing.
All right.
Thank you. I can't wait to tell my dad that, because my
Yeah.
dad was very, very close to him.
And did your mother go over, honey?
No, my mom is still alive, but we don't even know how she is. She's very sick.
What's her name?
Her name is Eduarda, the Portuguese name.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Eduardo is a beautiful name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. Okay. So her whole autoimmune system is compromised somehow.
Yeah.
It's very autoimmune in its nature. And I feel badly telling you this, but it feels like mom could leave at any time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is
We are thinking that.
there is a grandma that is waiting. Your grandma is waiting for her.
My grandma, Isabella. Yeah, I always feel like she's like my guardian angel. I see that she's waiting for my mom calls out for her sometimes.
Yeah,
So.
she's waiting for her. Do you know who Nina or Nina or Nana or something is? Or is that, are they trying to give me a Portuguese word, which is impossible to, because I don't even speak.
They're probably giving you a Portuguese. I don't know. Do you have like a description or?
I'm just getting like Nina, like Nina, Nina.
What did you call your grandmother?
Vavo. It would be Vavo. So it wouldn't be that. I don't know what that is.
Okay, ask your dad again, honey.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I rattled on, and I'm sorry, you did have another question, and I tapped into your uncle, and I'm not sure that's who you wanted me to tap into. Who did you want me to tap into, sweetheart?
Should I say the person's name?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
My friend Joe. My should I say more or?
No.
Well, let me just see what I got, and then we'll go from there. Okay, baby? Hold on for a second, okay?
While she's doing that, I'm going to ask a couple questions. Were your parents divorced?
No.
Okay.
No, they remain together.
Now, you said you live with your father.
Yeah, well, I live with both of them, but
Okay.
mom's really just bedridden at this point. So
Okay.
Was Joseph an unexpected situation?
He committed suicide.
So you were surprised by it, right?
He always talks about suicide for as long as I can remember, but I was in shock that it actually happened.
Okay.
I was actually one of the last people he reached out to, but I wasn't able to pick up the phone.
Well, I want you to remove the guilt from that. But he's telling me of your surprise or your shock, or, because I think and I don't mean this to sound mean at all, but I think he cried wolf so many times that when he finally did do it, that he shocked everybody because he talked about it so much.
Yeah.
All right.
We were all in shock. Yeah.
And I feel like his depression was quite palatable for a very long, long time, but he could also cover it up with being a jokester and being funny and
Yes.
acting goofy, because he's kind of being goofy and funny and kind of showing me some things,
I
you know.
was him, totally.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, you know, I think he covered that up with this, you know, kind of thing that he did. And do you know who Anthony or Tony is, honey?
Tony, he wouldn't know Tony, but Tony is one of my closest friends from college, and we talk often, and he's going through some things right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But let me explain why he gave me the name Tony, okay?
Okay.
Because it's a good lesson for everybody. And that is that when we're dead, we're not dead. And we still hang out with our loved ones, our family and our friends. So he's been listening to you advise Tony, and he's been standing by and holding some light and space for Tony. And he's just letting you know that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So that's how it honestly works, is that from the other side, we do really spend time with our loved ones here. And he feels very badly about you because he says that he made you doubt yourself.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm a therapist, I feel like I failed him.
You didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just been hard to wrap my head around that. Like, I feel like I could have done something differently.
He's saying not, and he's also telling me that he never felt like he was right for this world. He always felt out of place, and that you were somebody that accepted him, and that you actually kept him on the planet for longer than he would have.
Is he doing okay? Like, is he at peace finally?
Well, that's why he said Tony, was to let you know that he's hanging out with you, girl. Okay. All right. Honey, there's something about sexual identity issues. Did he have those?
No, that would be the person he's referring to, though.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
whatever person he's referring to, he's telling you can't help them either.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. And so he just wants you to know. Okay. All right. And and I don't want people to take their lives because it creates great karma. But I do want people to know that some people can't stay on the planet. They can't get their healing here. And that when you leave, you are required to do counseling and do your own work on the other side. And that is what he is doing.
That's wonderful. And I have one more question since I have you on the phone, and it's so hard to get on the phone.
I know, baby. Go ahead.
I know that I've been sick, and I don't ever really think about it anymore, but is there any future for love in my life, or love in my future, whatever way you want?
You mean besides me? Besides me loving on you because you are such an incredible young lady, and the fact that Duffy and I fell in love with you tonight? Yes, baby. Unfortunately, you're in a very tough situation because you're caring for two elderly, and they're actually younger than they feel, but they seem elderly, if you understand what I'm saying to you. And it's kind of gotten in your way, and you've got some health stuff. I'm going to tell you, and I don't want you to be upset by this, okay?
No, it won't be.
2020 is when I see somebody coming in. You got a year and a half to just kind of.
You know what, Melinda?
What, baby?
Funny, I thought it would be 2040. So
It's 2020, okay, baby?
No, there is somebody that I really, really care about. Would that be the person, or would it be somebody that I don't know?
Give me a name.
Dave.
I think Dave likes you, but I feel like there's not movement in it.
Yeah.
And so
he's
he's dragging his tail, and any guy that drags his tail isn't worth waiting for. Okay.
But you also need to start loving yourself more. You're still basically beating up on yourself.
Yeah, that's been an ongoing issue for a long, long time.
Okay, so you need to let go and realize that all we can do is we're on this earth only for a short time, and we can only do so much, and we're not responsible for other people's actions. We can't stop them, and you said you're a therapist. You know that if somebody doesn't want therapy, it's not going to work.
Right.
So regardless of what you do, start working on loving yourself more. You're living with your father who has abused you verbally most of your life. You're still dealing with that. So get into a place where you can start loving yourself.
Definitely. I almost think that I became ill to stop me in my tracks and to figure out what I need to do and how to love myself and take care of myself.
There you go. You got it, girl. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks for calling, baby. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, right. Again, I want to say that we understand the Australia and the Sarah, but I also got a Shauna, a heroine, something about electrocution, a Walter, a Sharon, a Nadine, or a Noreen or Maureen, a Gertrude or a Trudy, an Amos, a Neil, a Margaret, a Clark. If anybody has any of those names, right, so that Bill can put you on, please. Okay, so Bill, can we take somebody on the Zoom now?
Yes. Samsung is coming.
Samsung.
Oh, all I have is his phone now. The name of his phone. He should be joining in just a moment.
Samsung's last name is Walter.
Oh.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Turn your sound up.
Hello. Hello.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It took me a second to figure that out.
We've had all kinds of silly energy in here with electronics tonight. So tell me what your name is, please.
My name's Annalisa.
Annalisa. Hi, sweetie.
Yeah.
That's a
Hi.
beautiful name. Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have a specific question for me? And who's the young man on the other side?
That's my fiance.
I'm sorry, honey. You lost your fiance?
That's my fiance. Yep.
Yeah, you lost your fiance, honey?
Yes, I did.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's see what we can get for him, okay?
Okay.
First and foremost, honey, do you have a son?
I do.
Okay, how old is your son?
He's 10.
Is he your fiance's son?
No, I was married after my fiance.
Okay, but it feels like your fiance seems to energetically be around your son.
Yeah.
Because it seems like your fiance cares a lot about the kid, and it feels like your son is a crystal child. Have you ever heard that term?
Someone just told me that like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so what's your son's name, honey?
His name is Fox. Like the animal, Fox.
Okay, and Fox is 10 years old.
He's 10. Yep.
Is he doing artwork? Is he doing some artwork? Is he does he draw? Does he write? Does he do what with artwork?
He's not very artistic, but he has autism. So you might be picking up autism instead of artist.
No. I'm picking up something with artwork, so I'm going to get back to it. Okay. I
Sure.
always say to everybody, I sure appreciate the help, but
Yeah.
okay. So he's on the spectrum.
Yeah, he is.
But he's not way far off. He's not way far off. He's
No.
pretty functionable, right, sweetheart?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm seeing something about art. I'm seeing something about a painting, somebody that's doing something with a painting or doing something with writing or art. Who is that I'm picking up on?
Well, I was going to paint for him for Christmas,
Mhm.
but then something really bad happened and I couldn't paint for him. So I was going to introduce him to painting.
Okay, so that's what your fiance is saying, okay, as he watched that
Okay.
because of something happening at Christmas, and I'm sorry about that, by the way. Okay. All right. And do you know who is Daniel or Danielle?
Daniel is my ex-husband.
Okay, good. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going to make sure we're in the energy field. Okay, my sweetie girl, how old are you?
I'm 43.
43. You don't look it.
You're 43.
I know.
23, didn't you?
I know. I thought that she was in her 20s.
Holy shit,
Got good
look at you,
genes.
girl. Okay, I love that, right? You got an adorable laugh too. Okay, so Danny
Thank you.
is Fox's daddy.
Yes.
Okay, and how about David?
That's my cousin.
Very good. Okay, so I know and how, oh, wait a minute. And how about Walter?
Walter is my son's last name.
So it's Dan Walters is your son, your husband's name, Dan Walter?
Yes. Dan Walter. Yep.
Walter.
And so it's Fox Walter?
Fox Walter. Yep.
I think that's so flipping awesome.
Great name.
What's the name of your fiance, honey, since he's given me everybody's name but his?
His name is Tom.
Okay. Was he in his mid-40s too?
Was he what?
In his mid-40s also?
No, he died at 27.
Okay, that's why I thought she was so young,
Yeah.
because I kept seeing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing, honey. You look so young, and I kept seeing something that was in your 20s and thinking that you were in your 20s now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So since he was 27, and so it was before Fox was born.
Right.
And so
I was going to marry him.
I find that very interesting that he is Fox's guardian angel. That he
Aww.
Fox. I think that's very interesting that he stayed in touch with you in that way. Does that make sense to you?
That makes sense to me.
And
Because
so,
I always feel, my marriage didn't work out.
Mhm.
And I always feel that if he was alive, we would be together and he would be part of Fox's life.
I agree with you, because the way it appeared to me when I first tapped into it, Annalise, was that that Tom knew Fox and that's why he guided him. But it also appeared to me that you were in your 20s when that Tom died. But you look so young that I just assumed you were in your 20s now, and it was recent. So it kind of got jumbled up here. And so I think he's definitely in Fox's energy field that way. And I agree with you that if you and he had a chance to be together, that probably you wouldn't have, that Dan and you wouldn't have gotten married. Although I don't think Dan's a bad man.
No, he's not. He's not.
I don't think you've picked bad men. I just think that you were in mourning still when you married Dan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what, honey?
I said he didn't understand it.
Yeah. Okay. So there's something with a bunny rabbit.
A bunny rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about a bunny rabbit.
And there's also something about a monkey.
Sounds like my son's brain.
You are so adorable. Does your son have stuffed animals that are bunnies or monkeys or what?
Oh, my mom, now this is my stepdad maybe coming through, because my mom and him used to go to a casino, and every time they hit a jackpot, they would get stuffed monkeys.
Okay, thank you. All right, so that's that. What's his name, your stepdad?
Michael.
Okay, all right.
Or Mike.
Apparently, I've got a whole lot of people coming to say hello to you today, darling, okay? Now you just have to figure out what the bunny rabbit means, okay? All right? There's something,
okay.
There's something about a tattoo and a butterfly. Can you tell me what that means?
I have tattoos, but I don't have a butterfly tattoo.
Okay, so you have tattoos, and what does a butterfly mean to you?
Just like regeneration, rebirth.
Okay, so I think Tom sends them to you. I don't think that's Mike. I think Mike mentioned the monkey, but I think I'm back on Tom.
Okay.
All right. Are you dating
I have something that's really weighing heavily on my heart right now. I don't know if you can tap into that.
Just tell me what it is, honey.
My dad.
Okay. Your biological dad.
My biological dad.
Is he the one that has the issues with his heart or had the chest issue?
He had a blood clot in his chest, but that's not how he's on the other side.
Right. I get it, but it wasn't that killed him.
He was this is the hard thing is both him and Tom were suicide.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad, he had cancer.
Okay.
And instead of
I've got suicide written right here, honey. Okay. So I wrote suicide, but Tom's feels weird to me, and Dad feels like he was trying to save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, my dad was suffering from cancer.
Okay.
And
what is Dad's name, honey?
Jim.
I have him written right next to Fox. I hadn't gotten that far yet. Okay. It's written. It's written right here next to Fox. Can you see it?
Oh, wow.
Okay. So
okay.
I hadn't gotten that far yet. Okay.
Okay.
And I want you to know that I would have asked you who Jim was after I did the Dan and the Walter. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So Jim made choices that he thought was going to save his family from having to go through some things.
Money.
Mm-hmm. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. And the
yes, money. She said money.
Yeah. I believe that all the stuff that I see in his health field would have taken him anyway, darling. He was just trying to neaten it up. I'm sorry to say that.
Truth, and he also didn't want to go through the pain. Didn't want them to see them go through the pain.
Yep.
Oh, he didn't want to see your family, you and the family go through the pain that he was going through because there's nothing you could do and he felt helpless. So that was
right.
Does your son have some savant tendencies in a particular area? Mathematics, science, anything like that?
Stuff to do with like electronics, yes.
Electronics, yes, okay. Yeah, keep having him work on.
Okay.
So I got 2 more names besides Jim and stuff when I was tapping into everybody, okay, honey, on this page. I got
I just have to tell you, this is so awesome.
What, honey?
I just have to tell you, this is so awesome, and thank you.
You're so welcome. You've got a lovely personality.
A great giggle.
You are great. There's a Sam. Sam. Do you know who Sam is? Samantha or Sam?
I don't know a Sam. No.
Is it around Fox?
There's another Dan around Fox.
No, it's an S, honey. Sam.
Sam. I don't know.
All right, check that out when he's in school or whatnot, okay? And also, do you know who Nick or Nicole is?
Nick is my best friend.
Okay, so there's a Sam somewhere there because that's what I got when I tapped into you, baby, right here, okay? Walter, son, Sam, Daniel, the Fox I wrote afterwards, David, James, Nicole, and something about that painting. So is Dad's death what caused you not to paint?
Yeah, I was in the psych hospital.
Okay. And were you in there for, I'm getting the number 3 about it. Were you in there for 3
weeks? 3 weeks.
All right. And who's your shrink?
His name is Bob, Dr. Bob.
Yeah, I just wrote it.
Wow.
Now, the reason I'm doing it this way, sweetheart, is so that you know how strong spirit is around you. You don't have to worry about anybody. They just gave me Bob when I asked, what's your shrink? They said Bob, so I wrote Bob. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And here is the second. I want you on my Facebook to send me your email, and I'm going to have my assistant scan these and give them to you in my writing so you have them for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. I'm not done with you yet. Give me 1 more minute. Okay. There's something with a rose.
I oftentimes would like to get a rose because I'm very lonely, and I after my marriage fell apart, I was single for 9 years, and I was in a relationship for 2 that wasn't even really a relationship. I didn't even know what it was. And never once was I given a flower, except sometimes I see roses and I feel like they're coming from Tom.
Very good. That's your confirmation on that. Who was the jackass that you were just in a relationship with?
Noel?
That's why I got that. That's there. Okay. All right. Good to be gone. Okay. Get yourself on track. Get grounded. A lot of times you have to ground yourself, baby. Okay, because of all the stress you've been through and stuff. Jim is great. He made a good decision for himself. I know that sounds bad, but he made a good decision for himself. Okay.
Right.
Tom was a youthful,
First love.
a youthful. Tom couldn't see the big picture in front of him. That's his problem. That's why he did it. Okay.
Okay.
Where are you?
Right now?
Yeah. Where do you live?
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Very nice. All right, sweetheart. I'm gonna have my assistant send you these. I'm gonna take them aside so I'm not writing anybody else's stuff on it.
And may I ask you a couple questions? You said you were in the psych hospital for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Is this after your dad died?
Yes, it was. I went inpatient 2 days after he died.
Okay. Now, how are you doing now?
I'm having panic attacks.
Mhm.
I'm having at night time it gets pretty bad. I get anxiety.
Mhm.
So I usually just stay home with my mom. I feel like my life is really limited. Like I can't go out places anymore. It feels like I can only do things during the day. And
What is your mother's name?
her name is Marion.
Marion? Okay. Are you going to any type of counseling now?
They just denied me treatment in a PTSD program. So I was very upset today.
Yeah. Okay. So whenever you start to get a panic attack, can you feel it coming on?
Yeah, I can feel it coming on, and I usually just try to go to bed.
All right.
And yeah.
I'm going to ask you the next time you start to feel a panic attack coming on, instead of going to bed, I want you to sit down and get a journal and write down all of your feelings and what is triggering you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So as you write that down and then put it away, go to bed, and then read it the next day and find out what is triggering you. Because I don't think it's bad. I think there's a lot of stuff going on that you're trying to deal with, but it's not in any type of order. And so it is jumbled.
Journaling is the purest form of self-care.
It is. I've been through a lot of, yeah. Plus I was sexually assaulted in November. So I was sexually assaulted in November and my dad committed suicide in December.
Yeah.
So.
All right. On the sexual assault, you know that sexual assault has nothing to do with sex. Okay. Sexual assault is strictly power and control. So it had nothing to do with you. It had to do with the perpetrator. And you need to give that back to the perpetrator and not hold it into yourself. Okay. So please realize, and again, and then write down about that. Write down how you felt, what it was, and then quit taking the blame for it.
Right.
Because none of that is your fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I kind of was blaming myself for my dad too, you know, because.
No, you can't blame yourself. Your dad's decision was his decision. You can't take responsibility for anybody else's decision. Because they make that on their own. They're the ones that decide for themselves. And there's nothing you could have done or anybody else could have done to change what happened. That was their choice.
Right.
So can I say something to you, Annalise?
Yeah.
You're an old soul. Sometimes souls choose a lot of karma to get through because they have the wherewithal to get through it. and they don't want to come back on planet Earth because planet Earth actually is hell. And if
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
anybody's been through hell, it's been you.
Mhm.
But I want your permission to hold you in my meditation space. And I'm going to send you the light, and I want you to feel it from me. Know that you're going to get past this. And is
Okay.
an agency that helps with, we have an agency here called Teros, where my daughter actually works. She's a master's in social work. Is there an agency there that helps with some people like you who can't get counseling through other means?
I have a regular therapist. I just tried to get into a PTSD support group and they denied me.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the regular therapist, does the regular therapist do something called EMDR?
No.
Okay, I think that you need to find EMDR, okay? And also, I think you might find a PTSD support group on the internet
Mhm.
that you
Okay.
can go talk to people and it will be free. So I want you to search that out.
Find
Okay.
a group called CASA, C-A-S-A. Because
Okay.
C-A-S-A.
Okay.
It's a nonprofit and it's
Phone's ringing
nationwide. And it's they
Bill,
they
the
deal
phone
with
is
every
ringing.
type of abuse, PTSD, sexual abuse, everything. And see if they have one near you.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Welcome. I'm going to send you this stuff. Make sure you give me your email, okay, honey? All right.
Okay. How do I send it to you?
Just go on my private message on my Facebook, and Jackie, my assistant, will give it to Izzy, my other assistant, and we'll get it to you, okay? I got you.
I'm going to keep watching.
Okay, honey.
Thank you.
Take care.
See you later.
Yep, bye-bye. I'm getting the name Marianne or Marilyn, Marianne or Marilyn, Marianne or Marilyn. I'm getting it from Spirit. If there's somebody named Marianne or Marilyn, would you please bring them on? Or if you have a loved one named Marianne or Marilyn, would you please let us know so Bill can put you on?
You want to zoom next? with
Yep,
Marilyn?
yes, Les, please. Are
She's
you doing
number
okay,
one.
Duff?
Doing great.
Okay, because we've been at it an hour and a half, and
Oh,
so,
has it been?
Yeah.
It's been
Okay.
fast.
She'll be coming up in just
okay,
a
so we'll
moment.
do.
That was fine.
Hello, 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 hello.
One second.
Hi, are you Marilyn? Okay, you gotta make your sound go, Marilyn.
Turn your sound up.
Just keep working on it. You'll figure it out. It's okay. See if we can get it.
Hello.
Hi,
Yay.
Hi.
Hi, Marilyn. How are you, pretty girl?
I'm good. I'm about to cry.
Okay, well, don't
Why?
cry, honey. You can talk to somebody on the other side. Okay,
Yes.
take a deep breath for me, baby, okay? First and
Okay.
foremost, give me your birth date.
My birthday is July 21st, 1984.
Well, I have a sister that was born on July 21st.
That's the day.
1959, but okay, let's do some things here. Are you on the East Coast, Marilyn?
I'm in the Midwest.
You're in the Midwest, okay. Can't see what did you? Oh, she's already done your numerology so fast on me, I didn't even know what was happening. And she's pointing out to me, I'm like, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell? Okay. So you're a soul number 5, honey. You're actually a 32-5. So in this lifetime, you're working on getting your voice out and speaking and balance at the same time. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Mhm.
There is it Chicago that you're in, honey? Is it Chicago or it's Great Lakes area?
Yes, my family is from Chicago. I just moved further down south, but still in Illinois.
Okay, because I'm getting Great Lakes, Chicago, that kind of stuff, but I'm also getting something with the East Coast, like New Jersey, New York. So is somebody having a connection to you from there?
Not that I know of.
Okay, all right. Just so that you know I'm getting it, and then it'll either come to you or I'm on somebody else, okay? All right. And who's the person that passed away that you wanted to talk to tonight?
My sister, her name was Yoseline.
And right here I wrote sister. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you know what? Her name is unusual, Yoseline, so she just wrote sister. Because that was easy. You know what I mean? That was the easiest thing for her to do, is to write sister, okay? And she, your sister's like an angel.
Okay.
I think, Marilyn, that sometimes when people leave young, it's because they have left to give others a lesson, a connection, something to understand and learn. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And can you tell me who Anne, Angela, Angelina, Angelica, Angie?
My husband's name is Angel and his sister's name is Angelica.
All right. So seeing your sister, bang, she gave me something for you. Yahoo! Okay. All right. Yeah, we want her to do that. We want her to give us that stuff because then you know she's talking, okay? All right. Okay.
Yes.
And Angel.
Spell her name for me, would you, sweet girl?
It's Yoselyn.
Yoselyn, okay. All right. Does she have a smile like yours? Like she's got a smile that lights up the sky?
Sometimes I've noticed pictures where I feel like we have the same smile.
Yeah, so. It's just like yours. It just lights up the sky, okay?
When did she pass?
What was that?
When did she pass?
It
will be a year on the 4th of July.
Okay, so she hasn't been gone that long.
No.
Okay, what does the 11 mean? What does the number 11 mean to you? Or November or something with that 11?
My grandfather passed away in November the year before. It was just 2 years ago, and that was.
That's who greeted her then. Okay.
Okay.
So but Grandma's on the other side too, yes?
She's very ill right now. She's 95.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, honey. She feels almost like she's over. I didn't mean to just blurt that out on you.
No, it's fine.
What's her name, honey?
Carmen.
Carmen. Yeah, I think they're coming for Carmen pretty quick.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I just, I didn't mean to just blurt it out on you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We've been expecting it.
But, it just feels like Yoselyn is excited about bringing her over. And,
yeah.
That she can't wait to see her. I think Yoselyn leaving was so hard on this family. And, so she's with Grandpa and she's really happy to have Grandma come. I don't know how else to say that to you, okay? All right.
Yeah, I've been trying to get myself ready for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I blurted it out at you, baby. Okay.
No.
Who has the son?
My sister did.
She does, because she's alive enough to tell a medium your husband's name, okay? All right. So that means, guess what? She's just outside of the suitcase. It doesn't mean anything else but that, okay? All right. So, but she's concerned about her son. Who has him?
My sister's boyfriend's parents, because he passed away too.
Oh, how did they pass?
Yeah. They weren't together, but he passed away a year before, and it was in a car accident, and she also passed away in a car accident.
Do you see what's written here? That says car. That says car, okay? I'll put close to you. That says car. What's his name? What's his name? The boyfriend.
David.
Okay. All right. So she said car and son. And so I think that her and David, well, I think David was sometimes not very nice.
I don't think so.
Okay. You didn't watch
I-
in detail.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't either. But anyway, I think I think that it still was nice for her and David to work through their mutual karma. And you know, because she did write car here, she did write son here. There's something about a baby though, or a pregnancy. Who's
I'm
pregnant?
pregnant.
Congratulations.
Congratulations! Yay! When is
Thank
the
you.
due?
In July 19th.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
lovely?
Be born on your birthday.
Okay, very nice. Okay, what are you going to name the baby?
Mateo.
Mateo. Okay, which is Matthew, correct?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay. Do you know, I know she's been talking to me for a little while. I've jotted a couple things down, so I'm just figuring out what the heck I'm doing. Okay. Here is again his car. Okay. All right. Where I wrote Chicago. And then who is John? I know
John?
it's an easy name. And what is her kid's name?
His name is David. Also.
Oh, David Jr., right?
Mhm.
Yes, but we call him Donnie
Okay.
because his middle name is Donald.
Okay. And who's taking care of him right now?
His grandparents
And what are their names?
on
honey?
that side. Carol and oh my gosh, how did I just draw a blank? Alan.
Oh, good. Here's what I got. Here's what I just wrote. Ready? Al, yay! Okay, we're doing well talking tonight. Yay! Okay, so she's watching it pretty carefully because she gave me Al. Okay, and I'm gonna give you all the other names that she gave me too here, but I just want you to know that she's doing fine. She's really happy about the baby. She's really happy about grandma coming. What is your and Carmen is your mom, right?
My Carmen is my grandmother.
What's your mom's name?
My mom's name is Dolores, or she would call her Lolis.
Okay. Do you know I'm getting a very simple name, Mary? Oh, never mind. I know what I'm getting. Hold on. Is your mom really into the Virgin Mary?
Yes, yes.
Because it's the Virgin Mary that she's saying, okay? And your mom is big into her Catholic religion, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So your sister wants the message to be given to your mother that she has spent time with the Virgin Mary, and that she watches David, and that her and she gave me Al by name, and that she's really happy with the baby, and she gave me your husband by name. So she's doing just great, honey. Can you tell me who the teacher is? Can you tell me why I'm getting a bridge? Can you tell me who Paul is? Can you tell me who Vincent is?
In under 3 seconds.
And there you go. Woo, 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 woo.
Bridge.
Yeah. Good.
I'm afraid of bridges,
That's
and
right.
they make fun of me for that.
Okay, very nice. She's making fun of you from heaven. Go ahead.
Paul.
Or Paula, or Paulo, or Pauline, Paulette.
I can't think of
Don't
anything.
worry about it. It comes to people later. And
Mhm. What was that?
Teacher.
Teacher? I used to be a teacher's assistant for kids with special needs.
Very nice. Vincente.
What is?
Vincent.
Oh, that's my great grandfather's name.
Vincente. Hello from Vincente. Okay. Everybody in your family that's dead is with your sister. You are awesome. Have a happy baby. Don't worry about your sister. She's fine.
And
Okay.
it's going to be born on your birthday.
Okay.
Oh, he is?
Mhm.
I just want to know, I don't know if she forgives me for being mad at her. When she passed away, I was so mad at her. And that was the first thing that I said to her when I saw her body. I just want to know if she accepts my apology.
Okay. She accepts your apology, but I have to tell you what she just did, because it was kind of hilarious. She put her hand on her hip like this, and she went, bitch. And then she put her arms around you and pulled you to her and said, I love you. So she joked about it and then pulled you for a hug. You know, you can picture her doing that, right, baby? Okay. That's what she did. Okay, honey? She loves you. No worries.
Thank you so much.
Just
You're
for you,
welcome.
it's normal to be angry at a sibling that has passed, regardless of how.
And I've been holding so much anger about her leaving too.
Don't be
Thank-
mad.
Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. Mateo needs to come into a nice, happy environment, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
honey. Have a
Thank
good.
you.
Bye-bye. All right. Well,
Bye.
Bye-bye, honey. Duffy and I have been on for 90 minutes, and
Wow.
that went by fast for us, but I got to be here. Did you know I'm taking my first client at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow
Oh,
because she
You had a cop back there? What?
because she has a teachers conference.
Oh,
And she was supposed to be here at 7 and wanted to know if she could come a half an hour early. And I said, sure. So I will be here at 6:30 tomorrow. And I'm sorry I didn't get to all of you. And I'm sorry there was phones beeping and I got annoyed and you can see it in my face. But, you know, Duffy is always wonderful and we always have a good time. So
we have fun no matter what.
certainly please join us again. And who are we having next week, Bill? Do you know Alona Bleeman?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Next week
I
we're
love
having Alona
Oh my God,
Bleeman,
she's
our
wonderful.
medical medium, our budding medical medium, who
Yes.
takes care of us all here. So you all have a great night and
Nice to see
sorry
you.
if we missed you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.